our brain is at peace, then we can act accordingly. We can make good cognitive decisions. See, this is back to teaching people how to think and work
critically. Hey everybody, welcome back to Well Said with Kim and Vic. I can't believe y'all still here.
I guess y'all want us to bring it straight to the head.
Or either you're gluttons for punishment. One way or the other, thank you for joining us and welcome back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel on Seeking Educational Excellence. Well Said with Kim and Vic.
Click, click, click.
Like, share, subscribe.
Remember that, guys.
Well, the topic we've been talking about here lately has been chaos.
Yeah.
And of course, we see it everywhere. I know for me, the chaos can kind of give you a little twirl in your stomach because it just seems like nothing is making sense. It's so crazy.
And I had to bring her back a little bit.
You had to bring me off the ledge. I have to be honest, and I appreciate Kevin's video about bringing us back off the ledge because, you know, sometimes when you're looking at all of this going on, it can be very unsettling. So we decided that we're going to take a little deeper look into chaos and look at the psychology behind it and why it's important to understand that type of thing, or at least understand the psychology behind it, because then it helps you deal with it a little bit better. It helps to settle those butterflies in your stomach, because I don't know about you, Vic, but when I see all this chaos going on, sometimes it can be a little unnerving, and then it makes you wonder what in the world is going on. Why?
But you know why? We gotta learn from the brain, the delta up here,
Okay.
the theta down here, which is your, nerves and fears. This is where everyone is currently working up here in data.
Okay, say that again. The delta?
Delta, theta, alpha, theta.
So
And
those are parts of our
the
brain. Okay.
And they work with different emotional parts. And if you look at our society today, everybody is working off of their nerves and fear. That's all. Because see, the chaos is coming from being nervous.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And
the fear.
And the fear, when you're fearful, you start reacting out, or you act out with things that you would maybe normally never would do.
Yeah.
Or what happens is sometimes you just appease the persons that are doing the outlandish things in our society
to try to quell our own fear.
Exactly. Okay. So it's more of us that's having fearful feelings.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna riot, we're gonna loot. Because see, this is how we're gonna show ourselves stronger from our fears. Because see, when you act in fear, you do things that's emotional.
Yes.
And they're not stable.
And it doesn't make sense.
And it doesn't.
And it adds to the chaos. It's kind of like a vicious cycle. So I kind of want to explore this a little bit better. So what part of the brain is that fearfulness and that anxiety coming from? Is that you were talking about the delta?
Alpha, ALPI. That's the part of the nervousness. The THETA is your fear. So people are acting in nervousness and fear. That's
out of the theta.
Yeah, out of the theta. Excuse me, because sometimes I get confused.
That's okay.
But those are the two things, and this is the thing that a lot of these sororities.
Yes, that's what I was just thinking about. You think about all the sororities that have these. So this stuff has meaning, you guys. So that's why you have to understand. Number one, words have meaning.
Yes.
And they're very symbolic.
Yes.
So even with the lesson that Vic is giving us now about the alpha, the theta, the delta, and how we're operating out of certain areas of our brain, and it can lead to or lend to our fears and our anxieties.
And see, and we always want to deal with the delta part of our brain, because that's the most peaceful part of our brain. Because when our brain is at peace, then we can act accordingly. We can make good cognitive decisions. See, this is back to teaching people how to think and work
critically.
Exactly. Yes. Critical thinking. And when you're in a peaceful state of your mind, you're able to do those things that will bring you forth the fruit that you want. So if you're looking for with a job, if you just if you work working with that part of the brain, that peaceful part of the brain, you're able to be successful with your job. Because see, now the creativity comes in. Or if you start a business, that creativity starts to come in. And see, that's what the government don't want you to do.
Right.
The government don't want you to work with that part of the brain. They want you to work with that lower part of the brain that brings fear and nervousness. And this is where the pharmaceutical companies come in. They make money off you because you got to run to your doctor and you got to get a sedative. It's like so those are the
things.
Because
if you're nervous and you're having that anxiety and you're operating out of that part of the brain, the theta part, theta part of the brain. And you look at the commercials for anxiety and depression, and you got all kinds of medication with all kinds of side effects. That they're encouraging to use. So, family, when we think about this, you can see that there is an underlying motive, agenda, if you so to speak, and that we are being actually trained how to think with the chaos. So think about it. The chaos is causing the anxiety and the fear and causing us to think out of the not reasonable part of our brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And so in doing so, there are a lot of different entities that are benefiting from our fear, our division, our anxiety.
Absolutely.
It is incredible. So let me ask you this too, sis, because see, this is the teacher.
No,
I'm just a substitute.
No, listen, my thing is, I always like to learn. So I never like to take that stance of being a teacher, because when you have that type of mentality, you don't learn much. I always want to be a student, because in that way of thinking, I'm always learning. Because you can learn from the stupidest person. Because sometimes they do some of the stupidest.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about you. Because you are a student, you're sharing the information. I mean, if you don't want the title teacher, that's fine. I see you as a teacher because I learned so much from you. But just in your role as a student and sharing the information that you've learned, a lot of other people benefit from what you've learned. So I appreciate that, sis. I'm just telling you. So she's a teacher.
With that being said, guys, we're going to wrap this up. And the next time we see you, we're going to bring you another part of this chaos. Why this chaos is so successful, who's still ringing that bell with chaos, and what your response is supposed to be with all of this crazy chaos. Right, Kim?
That's right. And be encouraged, because we're going to be coming right back to you straight to the head. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
Bye.